Hello guys, this is Pledge. Welcome back. Um, I'm going to be doing a review of my process of passing phase 2 because I now actually see that the pressure of trading phase 1 and phase 2 are actually different, because at phase 1 you know that you have to go another step, right? And it's way, right? Phase 2, because phase 1 you only just have to you look forward to getting to the next step. And I know with phase 2 is also the same, but I'm starting to see that the pressure is different, because on phase 2 now you know that if you pass this, then it's to the big bucks, right? To the big money. And it's actually, I don't know how to put this, but it's actually I would say, I wouldn't say pull back. It's not pulling me back. It's just that I can feel the pressure, you know. But it's always good to feel pressure because it means a lot is expected, right? But it's kind of hindering my process, right? Because I know my system and I do trade my system, and it's been a long process. So I'll explain this more when I take you guys through the trades that I've taken and the mental how my psychology was when I was in those positions, and the reason I took profit, I traded stops and all of those good stuff, right? So let's get into it. So those who are actually wondering what are these colors, they're actually sessions, right? Obviously Asia, London and New York, then repeat, and so on and so on. So right now, this was a trade that was supposed to get me to give or take 4%, right? Of which I only need 5% to pass the challenge, right? This trade was on a Friday. Let me put this. This trade was on a Friday, and the Friday that it was on, it was actually Good Friday, right? So what I was actually expecting to do, as you can see, our weekly induction, right? This could have been also a weekly induction, but you can see the weekly induction. Then we're expecting a further sell-off, right? Right here, the price didn't actually come and tap the OB, as you can see right here, with a bunch of liquidity here, right? That was made at the end of Asia session and also at the end of New York, right? So they didn't actually come. They just took out the liquidity but didn't tap the OB. I'm mostly strict on trading of OBs, right? So it fell off, then came the next day, right? It's on a Friday. And I actually didn't notice that it was on a Friday when I placed this trade, right? So what it did, actually, it tapped this OB, right? It tapped the OB and it consolidated, as you can see right there, right? It consolidated around my entry. And if it's on a Thursday like this, it's also possible that they could actually run the market higher to come and tap this OB, right? It's one of the things that I'm aware of, but I'm in on this position, right? This is not, I'm not feeling any pressure at this moment, right? So it actually tapped the OB, tested it again. It was the first time on this end of Asia session. The second time during New York, twice during London, not New York, twice during London, third time during New York, right? It came back 4 times on that OB. So my conviction that it would hold went straight out the window. So I was sitting there and I thought, because it's on a holiday. Obviously, they were going to consolidate, but are they going to go up, right? On the market. It's a possibility, right? But my conviction is that it's going to go down. So during London, right, it tested this 3 times. I mean, during end of Asia and twice in London. So what I'm used to is if there's a retest, right, there's the power of three. They're going to hit the level 3 times, then sell off, right, or buy, right, or push the market higher or sell the market, right. So the moment I saw this third retest, right, I said it's most likely, and with an engulfing candle, as you can see right there, I thought it wouldn't be likely if they come and tested that level again, right? So I trailed my stop somewhere, or I closed manually, one of the two, as you can see right there, just above the engulfing candle, right, of the third retest. So once I saw that, I was like, look, it's on a consolidating day. They may open the week and come for that OB, and I'll just see how it plays out, right? I trailed my stop, I got out, no risk, right? The moment I checked my chart, I saw that it was hit. Okay, cool. Monday, right? And at end of Asia, they actually got me 1:1 something, right? But I was already out of the trade, right? The next week, Monday, straight to my 1:4. It was something of which well, it was something. So after this, I said I'll wait for the next opportunity. As you can see, this week, wait, I was also on, I was on EU. Yeah, I will do this on EU. Let me show you guys right here. Right, I'll show you this right here. Right. So my conviction was that they may come for this OB, right? As you can see it. Let me draw it out right there. They could actually come for that OB, right? Now, why isn't my stop loss there? I even drew this level to say if they decide to come there, I'm willing to take on a re-entry, right? And this was on the 24th of April, right? So I was also aware of this mitigation right here. Let me do this as well. Let me I was also aware of this mitigation right here, right? Of this candle and a book push to the downside. And they actually reacted on it, right? I was also aware of this liquidity, and I was like, they're most likely gonna react from it, right? It went down, I trailed my stop, right? Next thing, stop loss hit, but I reduced my risk, right? It's because obviously I'm a trader, so my job is to protect my capital. I was looking for it to go further down, and it's on a Thursday. It has a lot of room to go to the downside, so it actually didn't. And now I'm thinking I should have just held, or even if I trailed that EU stop loss, I mean, I should have put it above the recent entry high, right? So there are a lot of thoughts that came to me because obviously this one um was a negative was a loss, a reduced loss because it didn't come for the full amount that or to my stop loss, of which is the amount I was willing to risk on that trade. So now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have traded aggressively on the dollar CAD or something like um those thoughts that creep up when you're obviously it's a working system, but what is it that that's going on right here, right? So it's just a lot of mental turmoil, right? Then after that, there was another opportunity on the dollar CAD, right? There was another opportunity on the dollar CAD, which I will show you. It was also on the 24th. Yep, it was this one, right? So it was on the 24th as well. Yeah, I was willing to go for 1:3, right? So what happened right here is that, and it's a Thursday trade, right? I was aware of this OB right here. I was very much aware of that OB right there, right? And obviously the OB got put, right? And even if my stop loss was just a couple of pips below, it would have been understandable, but I was way over right here, right? After that, I got it actually reacted well and gave me a 1:2, I think, right? Yeah. Or no, it didn't give me a 1:2. It gave me a almost 1.7, 1.7, 1.8. Yeah. So almost close to 1:2, right? So I look at that trade. They come and test this FEG. I didn't scale in. So I look at, I just watch them. They go up and I trailed my stop to break even, right? Because this low, the low is below um the low of that retest of the FEG was break even, yeah. So I just took my stop loss to break even, and I just watched the trade run, right? At the end of New York session, the market actually started to come down, and once it broke this, as you can see right there, right here, there's an FEG. As you can see right here, right? There's an FEG. Once they broke this FEG, I was convinced then I took my position out right somewhere around here because they broke after this pin. As you can see, there's an indecision candlestick. So once I saw that and I saw them pushing further down, I just closed my position, and it brings me back to that dollar CAD trade. Was I aggressive? But as I look at these other trades, they show me that no, trailing the stop once it has moved, but that one didn't move. It consolidated. So was I willing to risk the money on an indecisive market? Nope, I wasn't. So it just shows me that my management is it's on point. It's just one of those trades where you just see a lot of, even if on this trade, right, I just went to break even after the third retest, they still would have taken me out. And even if I put my stop just above the third retest, right, as you can see right here, I still would have been taken out. So it's just one of those days, right? It's something I try to tell myself. But the process is getting better and better, right? It can only get better. We can only get better from here. So guys, that was my performance on the past trades, of which I could have passed the phase 2, right? And I'm aware that the consciousness that I'm so close and I can't allow errors. It's actually kind of holding me back. So I'll just see how I move forward because we can only get better, right? We can only get better. So this is my mental, my thoughts on what I was going through trading phase 2, right? The pressure is there, but it's good because it means a lot is expected from us, right? Or we expect so much from ourselves, and if we expect so much from ourselves, it's because it is possible. So um, I don't be, I shouldn't be. This is a message to myself. Don't be so caught up in not making errors and being stuck up on one losing trade or one winning trade that you are out of, right? So with that one, guys, I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe, and I hope this video helps you guys if you're going through the same process I'm going through. And if you see this video helping somebody else, feel free to share it. With that one, guys, till the next one, peace.